Hi there. I am just going to make this quick video to show you basically everything that we talked about today with Create and how to kind of get started with Create, and then also show you how to get into SmartBook on your own. So the first thing I'm going to show you today is how to get into Create. So the web address, which is all going to be in the body of the email that I will send you, is create.mheducation.com. You can see I've been there before. Once you get to this page, you're going to just click sign in. This is how it will ask you to do this anytime you try to look at or add content, just to make sure that you're not like a student. So I'm going to go ahead and add you in. Glassco at where do you teach? Oakland.edu. And then your password is in your message as well. And it's the good thing about this is it's going to be the same for both Connect and SmartBook as it is for Create. So we will go ahead and get in there. Now in this first page right here, so I actually, when I was demoing this for you today, I was building it in my own course, in my own name, so it was Allison Swanson up here. But for you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start and get you started, but I'm just going to show you how I did all of this. So I'm just going to type in Griffin here because that was the main text we used. And sometimes that spins for a second, but I found it right here. And this is the one that I believe you have sampled to you. And here we go, it's spinning. And don't be alarmed if Create does kind of spin for a second. It's a lot of content that it's loading, so don't worry. Here, this is where you could add chapters one by one. So let's say this really wasn't your main text, but you just wanted a few of these chapters. And you would just go through here and click this plus sign and add those, and then you would see, oh gosh, you can't even see because I don't know if, hold on, let me see if I can get it to do it. Well, it's okay. We'll see in a second. I don't know if my screen can be that big. But we're going to go ahead and add the book because most of the content you want. This page, it just says, whoa, you're going to add a lot of content, but we want it. We know it. And we're going to create a new project. From here, it's going to make you name your title. So I'm just going to call this Glassco Com. I think the course is 303. I hope so. And we're going to select discipline. Here, it's just what this is really for is just to make sure that we're building a book in the right discipline. It's going to give you cover suggestions that are appropriate or they think are appropriate for the book you're going to build. So, oh gosh, I'm just going to mass communication, I guess that's closest. And we're going to click create project. From here, I wonder if I can drag this screen lower. No, I can't. You can't see it. Oh yeah, you can. Here we go. It's starting to add I was nervous that my screen wasn't capturing this piece, but it is. It's already starting to add the content, and then you can see the price going up. Here you can also change it to black and white or color if color is an option, but I don't think this M. Griffin text has color at all in it. So I'm just gonna wait until it's loading the content, and then I see the price that looks like, yep, so here we go, 577 pages, and it's $80.23. So I know at this point you also wanted to add some things in from the West text. So I'm going to go back to find content, and this isn't going to erase anything that we've already done. You'll see like our 577 pages are still there, but I'm going to go to West and Turner now. And I'm going to try to do this from memory for what we added when we were together today. Here we go. Yes, perfect. So I'm going to go into that text, and if it ever loads, and then we will add the content that you liked. So you asked me even about like the front matter and the back matter. Well, first let's just add what you wanted. Okay, can I remember what it is? I don't remember the first one, but I remember the spiraling. So spiral of silence. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quick add that. And then you're going to have to go back and add the other chapter just because I'm going to jack it up and I don't remember which one it was. My guess, though, is that it was social penetration theory, but I'm not quite sure. So even that just added like $2 to it. So that's good. So let's say I did it perfect and I added the chapters that I want. You went back. Oh, shoot, I forgot to show you that. You were asking me about the back matter, like the index and all that stuff, because you thought that was pretty important for your students to have. You'll see if you scroll all the way down, you can add the glossary alone just from this West book. And then what you'll do is you'll just add it in and like put it wherever in the text you want to be. And I'll show you how to do that next in Arrange. So in this screen in Arrange, this is when you drag and drop things to make them like how you want them to be within your own book. So you'll see it's mostly Griffin in here, and then the chapter that I just added from West was all the way at the bottom before the back materials. So it might be where you want it to be, but maybe it's not. Maybe you like to talk about this in the very beginning of class. So you would just take this and you can just drag it and move it all the way up to where you want it to go. You also will have create sequential chapters. So you can either leave it just how the normal text is. Some people like that. Or I would suggest, since you're pulling from other sources, that you do use the create sequential chapters. And I'll show you how that looks. So I'm you. I just made it perfect. It's exactly how I want it to be. I'm going to click personalize. And here's where you can kind of pick the format of your book. You want black and white, you want a color ebook, you want perforated, you want 3-hole punched, like if you wanted a binder version of it. Also, if you wanted to add connect for the Griffin text, since that's the main text you're using, that would be my suggestion. Connect in SmartBook is what I showed you today. You just go back to that actual main text and you click on related material, and that's going to be the connect access with the SmartBook that I showed you. So let's just add that just for fun. And because I think that you should really have it. But we'll just see how much that goes up. And I believe it only makes it come to like $100. 112. Okay, so it's still cheaper. So your students are getting more material, more chapters essentially, plus SmartBook at a cheaper price than what the national text is. And the national text is $125 net. That's what we sell it to the bookstore as. So your students are getting a pretty good deal for what they're using. And if you do a bound version of it and you plan on using it again, like I said, the bookstore will buy that back from you and from your students. So here's where you make it like what paper you want, what format you want, the trim size. You were asking a little bit about that. You can make it like a smaller book, like a 6x9 if you wanted to. You can make it a wire coil. You can make it unbound loose leaf, all that stuff. Or if you have any special instructions, like, I don't know. Sometimes I forgot like what, split into 2 volumes or something like that. Here you can also choose to do the create sequential chapters, which I think would make sense for this book since you're adding a couple different materials, or you can select do not include. Sometimes I do this when the instructor I'm talking to loves the book they're using. They want nothing changed about it except they want the price lower and a new cover on it. I'll click do not so that way it follows along with their annotated instructor's version or whatever that looks like. Next is the fun part. This is where you create your book cover. So the suggested covers for us, these are like communication. See, your name's already on there. I like this one. You can type a message. You can do computer chat. There's also popular covers, and these are always just like scenes or whatever. But then you can go through all covers, and that's kind of what I was showing you today. There's some really ugly ones in here, but then there's some really cool ones too. So take a look. You have to put a course name on here, but you just have to type something in this field. So you can even, if you want to, you could just say Griffin, Com Theory, if you wanted to call it that. Or you could call it, your course, Communication Theory at, OU. You can take your name out if you want. You do not have to have your name on the book. So you just have to have something here for a title, and then you don't even have to have this if you don't want to. If you don't want to have Oakland University Communication, you don't have to do that. These are just fields that help identify what the project is, all that good stuff. From here, let's say this is all filled out, you're going to order your review copy, and this can be shipped directly to your home if that's what you choose. Let me see. Oh, it's probably not letting me because I didn't fill it out. Basically, it's going to ask you enrollment, all that kind of good stuff, and then you'll fill out a few fields here, add in your address, and it's going to send you a sample copy. You can also just do an ebook review copy of it too, but it will ship to your home. Once you're ready, you think it looks good, you'll come back in and you'll confirm it, and then you'll accept it, and then we'll have the ISBN to the bookstore. Oh my gosh, I've taken up 9 minutes and 15 seconds just talking about Create. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to do another video about SmartBook. So I'm just gonna end this video right now. Hopefully you get on, and yeah, definitely ask me if you have any questions. Sorry that took so long.